Good morning. I can only hope that each of you appreciated the extra hour of sleep we had last night as much as I did. It was wonderful, and I have so much gratitude. Anyway, good morning. I don't have a talk prepared today. No quotes. I'm not going to ask you to watch a video. Rather, I think that each of us in this congregation, 40, 50 people, we have before us perhaps the most important assignment that I can think of in recent history. We're having, in case you weren't aware, there seems to be this Tuesday a thing called Election Day. And truly, none of us knows how that's going to pan out or work out, how long it's going to take. We've all heard the dribble, dribble, dribble. But I think while it's extremely important we do vote, I think that's been a huge problem over the decades, is that we haven't voted very often. And beyond voting, we do literally nothing except complain. But I think the challenge, the assignment that I'm going to hope that all of us accepts is that no matter how this election turns out, doesn't really make a lot of difference in the fact that however it turns out, the division of this country is going to continue. Maybe at a rate or a level that we have yet to experience. And the assignment I speak of is the unity of the people in our country. We have all heard that it's us against them. We're the good guys, they're the bad guys. Well, that's not really true. We're all citizens of a country that has tried a wonderful experience in a thing called a democratic republic. But as we look around, that's not working very well. In fact, it doesn't work at all. The experiment, the philosophy of this country got sidetracked somewhere along the way, maybe at its conception. But our assignment has to be, my friends, a we consciousness. We have to come together as human beings and citizens of a single United States of America. I'll talk a little bit about history. This division is not something new. It's gone on ever since our conception. There have been some very dark times. Civil War was one. The 60s was one. But I think the factor that brought us to exactly where we're at today was back in the early 90s. Mr. Gingrich put in place a philosophy or a modus operandi that completely divided our government. And we have been pretty much non-productive ever since. Been red against blue, and as long as that battle continues, nothing's going to happen except they'll always approve more money for war. They'll try to pay for it by taking away some things that we hold very dear, like Social Security. They always have bipartisan support to raise their own wages. And the controlling denominator for our government has been, almost since our conception, the economy. And not your economy and mine, the rich folks' economy. And therein lies the reason we don't have a we consciousness. You know, we all have opinions, but opinions, a difference of opinions is not necessarily a difference of ideals. Land of the free and home of the brave. Nation undivided. Well, my friends, we are undivided. Each one of us needs to really do some homework, some conscious work, some subconscious work. We need to maintain a we consciousness, a good of the whole consciousness. I don't know if that'll have great effect. I hope it does. But I'm going to offer a suggestion that might help all of us elevate our consciousness more often in our day-to-day lives. Start participating. Attach yourself to one of the wonderful grassroots movements that has a we consciousness. Anything to do with developing a sustainable ecology to turn around this global warming, to end this global warming. Anything that's about equal rights and equal justice. Anything that helps take the profitization out of our education, our health, our justice system, our media. Something based on the good of the American people. Both political parties, they all get out and pander for our votes, and then they know we'll just go back and drink a beer and watch the game. And they can continue to worry about the rich and the ruthless and their own selves. My friends, we have a global pandemic. We have global warming. And the only thing, I believe, that can turn that around, that can sustain life on this planet, is if each of us develops a we consciousness, a good of the whole consciousness. And I think it's pretty easy to do when we sit at our kitchen table or sit on the couch and ponder, what can I do? Okay, I can care more about recycling, and I can do more about, how about when you're in a conversation and somebody, like I've heard me, go off on a rant about all the injustice and all. You might say, well, how is that helping the good of the whole? What does complaining do to help the good of the whole? All of us, me included, find myself so many times putting energy on the problem and not the solution. Love and caring and empathy. That is the only possible solution to the chaos and the division that runs rampant throughout the world. And I don't know, maybe that's the plight, maybe that's the plan for our species. Could be. But I can't go forward in life believing that. I have to move forward knowing that I'm here for a purpose. And that purpose is to manifest the goodness within me, the wisdom that is God within me, the love for my fellow human beings, the empathy and love I have for nature, for our planet. And I hope you feel similarly. That's a huge assignment, my friends. But our government has been designed to be the torch for the fearful and the hateful. And we can change that. We cannot be hateful. We can choose not to be fearful. We can put our energies and our thoughts and our work into building consciousness for the good of the whole, for caring about all living things. It's a heck of an assignment, but I know we're up to it. But it takes work, it takes practice, and it takes mindful intention. It takes allowing Spirit within us to manifest itself in our thoughts, in our words, in our actions, instead of the same old grumbling and blaming and being afraid and being hateful. We the people, we are. Yes, we can. They won't, except for them. But we can include them in us. The good of the whole. And that means everyone. And so it is.